You're listening to Jump on the Bat-Wagon, hosted by the Watchtower Database. Visit WDB on YouTube for video essays, timelines, fan theories, and much more from the DC animated universe. And now, please enjoy the show. Roll that beautiful brick footage. That's you.
Deal.
I'm always looking at the beautiful brick footage.
I am footage with crazy fucking hair today.
I think that's just your hair every day. Maybe this is your sign that you should grow your hair out. If you're so unhappy with it, you just can't shut up about it.
It just does what it wants.
Even if I'm not wearing headphones, that's where my hair is. Like it's in the front. Of course, I get the headphone dent in the middle here, but
of course,
your hair is a little more sideways. So when you put the headphones on, it just goes like, "Where do I go? I don't know anything. I'm the hair." That's what hair sounds like.
It's funny the amount of times I do get like
New Jersey.
I get my hair's from Jersey. It's funny the amount of times I do get compliments. People are like, "Oh, I just love what your hair is like. I love what you did with your hair." I'm like, I have no idea what it's doing right now. Like if I'm sitting in front of, if I'm like sitting in front of doing a video chat or whatever, if I'm in front of a mirror, I'm like, oh, that's what my hair's doing. And I'm generally trying to correct it at that point in time. But I'm out at the store and someone's like, "Oh, I love your hair." I'm like, what the fuck are you even talking about?
Yeah. When I had my like various purple dyes, I would get compliments every once in a while, but I'm always curious about what direction it's facing and stuff, because I'm I've always been very particular about like every single hair on my head must be pointing the right direction or whatever if I'm going out in public. And then as the years go on, I care less and less, but I'm still very like it's supposed to swoop this way, so I gotta swoop it that way before I leave the house. Oh, the hairspray, how much hairspray am I using? All this stupid stuff.
I think you're neurotic.
This is episode 180 of the podcast. That's a number. It's a big number.
I am no longer surprised by numbers.
No, me neither. So we're not even halfway done.
Wow. Okay, I'm surprised by that. But
I did recently mark what the rough halfway point is. And it is coming up pretty soon, but I won't tell you exactly when.
Wow. I don't know what to do with that information.
I know. I think I've been looking forward to announcing that to you for this exact reason of just like, I still have to do all that we just did a second time. I don't think I can do that. Goodbye. Like
I have no response to this.
Yeah. I'm James, though. That's my response.
It's pretty good
from
response.
the Watchtower Database YouTube channel.
Wow.
10 years old.
Wow.
Just keeps going. I can't stop it. I can't possibly just stop making videos or anything
that's
like
true.
that.
I do believe that's true.
Yeah. And you're Brian.
And I'm Brian.
That's good. I'm here to show him the entire DC animated universe from start to finish for the very first time, not even halfway done, in the controversial Airdate order, so he may view these shows the way human beings experience them in the far gone days of Hello Alora, the 1900s.
I'm sure you didn't hear Jamie say hello.
Hi. Bye. This is Brian's first viewing of the Batman Beyond episode Revenant. Your prediction last time was that it would be something to do with religion. And I said no. And then Coral said, I would say yes. And then we realized that Coral thought we were talking about mind games. And that wasn't what we were talking about. I said ghosts. I think I said ghosts. That's what it's about. It's ghosts. This is our last episode of 1999, our final episode of the 1900s today.
Whoa,
and it just happened out at episode
thing.
180 on like an even number. It's kind of weird. But
we've been through 9 years of this.
8. It started in 92. So
92. I thought it was 91.
Years, yeah, 7 years of total content. Yes.
Wow.
And a little over 4 years of Jump on the Bat-Wagon so far. We're blasting through it, right? We're going so fast.
We're going so fast.
It'll just be over tomorrow. We won't even realize it.
Wow.
Speaking of, at the time of this recording,
1:35 p.m.
Today, not tomorrow, Batman Beyond is streaming on HBO Max and available on DVD and Blu-ray. who threw up a bunch of soup. And if you'd like to follow along, you can head over to watchtowerdatabase.com/resources. That's why we didn't do an episode last week. And people are aware of that in some ways. Link is in the show notes. This first aired Saturday, December 11th, 1999.
Good Saturday.
At 9 a.m. on Kids WB.
What's your favorite day of the week? Is it Saturday? And why is it Saturday?
It might be, but I think after like 5th grade, I stopped having a favorite day. Like when you're a kid and you're like, oh my God, the weekend. And then at a certain point, you're just like, whatever, I have to do shit every day. Like if it was high school or middle school, it's like, oh, I got a Boy Scout camp this weekend, or I got a marching band practice, or a show to do, or some sort of shit like that. You know, it never ends. And then I just keep adding stuff to my plate constantly, and I can't stop.
Why is that an adult thing?
I don't know. We just go, hey, I had room to breathe. That's not supposed to happen. I got to fill that with something.
Yeah.
This is 1 week after our last episode, Mind Games. This aired number 24 and produced number 24. Hooray!
Where's that air horn?
Go, God. Here, I'm going to drink V8 to celebrate.
Oh, God, don't do that.
At least it's pomegranate blueberry flavor. It doesn't have like a bunch of tomatoes and shit.
Yeah, but by calling it V8, it's automatically worse.
What does that stand for? Like 8 vegetables? Is that what that means?
Probably.
Why do they call it that then if it's the fruit one? I guess it's the brand and they can't change it. I'm coming to the answer myself. This was written by Hillary J. Bader, who previously wrote My Girl, The Hand of Fate, Where There's Smoke, Cold Comfort, The Ultimate Thrill, Girls Night Out, Golem, and A Touch of Curare. This is a debut director, Kyung-Won Lim, who is their first DCAU directing credit. They were also in the animation department on 3 episodes of Freakazoid, several Tom and Jerry direct-to-video movies, and 3 episodes of Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated in the 2010s. And then this episode also. Music is
quick callback to fucking Google AI, which I need to remember to turn off somehow. In V8 juice, the V stands for vegetable.
Oh, thank you.
The 8 refers to the 8 different vegetables. In the original
okay,
recipe.
That's what I thought, man.
Yeah.
I somehow knew this and didn't know it.
You knew it.
The music is by Lolita Ritmanis, your guy.
My guy.
And animation is Coco Dong Yang. Surprise. I'm surprised that that's my guy. Is my guy Coco or Dong? Because they're part of the Yang family.
Your Coco is Yang.
Your Coco's Dong, if I say so myself. Please buy us a coffee. Go to buymeacoffee.com/Yoppie, linked below. That's YOPPIE. Send us a Yoppie beverage, access some pretty shway exclusives like submitting episodes for us to revisit. We'll give you a shout out in an upcoming episode and we'll plug your shit. We'll also do a push-up for every $1. So send us coffee for plug your shit. Never stops being funny. Send us coffee for our health and your entertainment. Today's Yoppie Bevs come to us from Yoppie Beyond, who joined as a dear listener member on Buy Me a Coffee. Shout out to my mentor teacher's punk band, Oldie Han. You yops should check them out. I'm gonna start teaching 8th grade U.S. history in Texas. Please help this August. So wish me luck. Can you please do horny push-ups while the Yoppie theme song is playing? Thank you.
What does that mean?
I think we know. I think we can do that. I'll turn the volume significantly down so you can make sure you hear us. But so since they're at the dear listener, that's 20 push-ups.
I can do 20. I'm not going to horn him up, though.
Oh, I'm going to.
Oh, God, my stuff is in the way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20!
I don't know if I condone this.
That's what I sound like when,
when you're doing horny push-ups.
It only takes me 20, you know what I'm saying?
Jamie's a 20 pump jump.
Oh no. Look, it could be worse.
It can always be worse.
Yeah. Thank you, Yoppie Beyond, for
Thank you,
making
Yoppie
us do
Beyond.
that. People don't request like specifications like that too often. We should.
I
make
fear
sure
they're
you do
going
that.
to now, though. You set a
They
precedence.
They could. Let's go watch GhostShow.com.
Okay. I'm going to make some tea.
Yeah, me too. Except
Oh.
not. I'm going to keep drinking V8.
Oh.
8 vegetables.
Vegetables 8.
I should just start calling it that from now on. I'm drinking a crisp vegetable 8 vegetables. The V8 means 8 vegetables.
It wanted Nelson. It didn't care about the girls or me until I tried to help him.
It. So now even you believe it's a ghost.
Everybody else does. The guys have even started to dress like him, and some of the girls are wearing black as a sign of mourning.
You're not everybody else. These people believe anything they can't explain is magic.
Naturally, you don't believe in those kind of things.
Of course I do. I've seen it all. Demons, witch boys, immortals, zombies. But this thing, I don't know, it just feels so high school.
Are you awake now?
I'm definitely more awake. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, caffeine. You are like the
My mom?
you are Thank you, Kathleen. You are a gift from the heavens.
I know. Don't tell me that. I know.
Your mom's great.
I like my mom. Oh, it's so quiet.
You're wondering, Synup, what you just watched. Synup, take a listen to the synopsis. The short summary, which is sometimes kind of long.
Why are you holding a ball in your hand? It's like an endless loop. What's this called? The loop that goes back on itself forever. What is that called?
You know, the endless loopy that goes back on itself forever.
That's what I said.
I'm trying to maintain focus, and I'm trying out this whole like I'm trying to, you know, like the fidget toys that they have now. I'm listening to this audiobook about autism. Found a really great chapter about like fidget toys essentially and how
Mobius strip is what I was thinking of.
Sure.
Thank you.
you.
Anyway,
thing you make with construction paper in like second grade.
Mobius chair.
And so
You won't get that reference for a long time. Anyway,
thank you.
you're welcome.
Yeah, just trying to find ways to let my subconscious focus on something that doesn't make noise. Even if I do this, pretty,
You
and
can
that's
get
in the
little bit.
microphone, right? Like over here,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
hear it all. So
That's
trying
a good
to find
idea,
the right
rather than the
fidget
fidget
toy.
spinners.
It didn't hit in the right way, so I literally walked around the Eugene Toy and Hobby store, like looking for things. I was just like, "What can I do?"
I
Anyway,
forgot I oiled my fidget spinner, so it's also very quiet. You can't hear it at all.
yeah, it's great.
I oiled my fidget spinner, if you know what I'm saying. Can you please, for the love of God, tell me what happens
Yeah.
in Revenant?
Okay, so there's a ghost in the school. All these ghosty things are happening. The ghost is fucking up this stuff. There was a seance, and they're like, ghost. And then Terry gets the idea that not ghost. It must be Willie Watt. And Willie Watt's like, yeah, I'm the ghost. And he breaks out of juvie. And
my God,
then there's a
he's
big
been there.
fight. And then Terry gets him to beat himself up.
He makes him throw a tree at himself. Yeah.
Yeah. The end.
Yeah. That's.
Oh,
that
no.
is a pretty-
Willie has a tinfoil hat with corks in it at the end.
Oh, yeah.
And the prison guard has to make fun of him the end.
Yeah, I like how earlier the prison guard's like, oh, Willie Watt, he never gets visitors. Like, that's so cool that you're here to see him. And then at the end, since he knows that he tried to break out and is a psychic X-Man man, he's like, oh, hey, asshole, no visitors today. Like, I assume he comes by every day to tell him, no visitors again, idiot. Like, okay, Jesus. Like, he seemed like he was sort of his friend or something before.
Yeah,
but
he's like,
I
oh,
guess
this
not.
sucks. Hey, fuck
You're
it.
actually
No
a bad
visitors for
person.
you because you're a
Yeah,
loser.
He changes it every day. He keeps adding on to it. Yeah, he goes by the door. Yo, fuckface. Still no visitors. And then he jumps backward into the crowd.
You got fucked by the economy.
The official synopsis for this episode from WB Says, after a series of unexplainable events, Terry's classmates believe that a ghost of a dead student haunts the school. Terry is skeptical and investigates to find the truth. Student. Willie Watt. Yeah, more like Willie Hot also. Why the fuck? I didn't remember this anyway, is that they're like, oh, it could be this the ghost of this dead hottie that went to our school. Like all the girls are fawning over it. What does Chelsea say? He can haunt my castle anytime or something like that. And we're like, whoa! But
and
like
by haunt, I mean boink, and by castle, I
mean I think you understand. But I didn't notice until this time that they say that he was killed when they were constructing like a new wing of the school.
Yeah.
And nobody like is like fazed by that at all. They're just like, oh yeah, you remember that kid that was just standing and going to class like a normal guy, and then the construction workers dropped a fucking scaffolding on him or something. Like, who knows what happened? But it's so casual about it. Like, oh yeah, I forgot that guy. He had an earring and he was in a band, says his page. Like, they don't list like what the band was called or anything.
That was really something. Yeah.
This was quite the low budget feeling episode. Like
the animation.
Especially hot on the heels of Mind Games with the floaty guy psychic battle, and then they have like another psychic character this time, and it's just the like some of the stiffest Batman Beyond animation we've had so far. Also
with the worst. I don't know if that's God. Wait, who directed this one?
Oh yeah, it was the new person, Kyung-Won Lim.
Yeah. Man, there's just so many of those shots. Like the in particular, the bottom of the barrel was the car. What's Seth Green's character's name again? Nelson.
Yeah, Nelson Nash.
Nelson like driving away from the school, and then he's driving, and you hear a like kind of whistle behind him, and the camera, rather than panning like with him, just cuts to a view of the school, driving away from the school. The car's not in the shot. Nelson isn't in the shot. And Willie Watt, who presumably whistled, also isn't in the shot. So it's just a wide shot of the school panning away, or dollying away, I'm sorry. And that's what the shot was. And then it cuts back. It was like probably 2 or 3 seconds.
Standing on the front of the car, and we don't know how he got there.
Like, it was just...
Yeah,
that was insane.
There was a lot of lingering
that was
shots.
So bad. Yeah, the water. There was a lingering shot on the water temperature. Like it went up and then it held for 4 seconds. And we're like, okay, that's still the water temperature. We get it.
I knew, of course, that it was that scene ended with him turning the temperature all the way up, and then they run out. But I noticed before he does that, there's a shot. I assume that maybe they took a shot from later and put it earlier, like they were editing the scene, like, oh, this isn't working right or something, and rearranged some shots or something. Because before he turns the temperature up, there's just a pan of all the different shower heads going off.
Yeah.
And you can see that the temperature has been turned up all the way into the red on all of them before he does that. And I was like, oh, I think that's not supposed to be where it is. And then as I was thinking about that, it cut to a shot where all the girls' hair was white. And it was like, only one girl's hair is white. Why are they all...
I was wondering about that. Because I was like, wait a minute. Those, are they twins suddenly? What's going on with the hair? And, well, no, not what's going on with the hair. Are they twins? Why do they look the same? And then...
Yeah. Well, because we have Dana and Max, like the main two girls, and then there was Blade, who was the white-haired girl from the other Willie Watt episode, and then Chelsea, the like kind of background friend character. Yeah, Glade and Slade. And then we had fifth girl that we've never seen before, like with like short black hair, like kind of like in a bob. Yeah, Paid. Raid, Shadow Legend is her name. But you like never see her, and to my memory, never see her again. And she's doesn't say anything other than like, the water's hot, whatever, when that's happening. And I don't think she has a name.
It's weird that she said, the water's hot while they're like hanging out in the hallway. You know, she like really missed her line there.
Yeah. You can tell
the water's hot, and they're just like walking outside. What?
Okay. Oh, sorry. My shot was edited earlier than it was supposed to be.
It really fucked up the animation in this episode.
Yeah. Yeah, there was just a lot of really like Commissioner Gordon in the office telling the principal, like, you better shut down the school. She was just in this very like repeating Scooby-Doo animation of her hand like wagging at him, like, don't you do this thing. And it like happened like 3 in a row of the same frames. And I was like, okay, what are we doing here? We're
giving new directors a chance at directing.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't have, I don't know. It's hard to say like whose fault it is or whatever.
That is true.
It's just interesting to me that
Dan, can we talk about this?
Coincidentally, the bad guy in the episode has powers that don't necessitate any sort of like special effects. It's just stuff moves across the screen in a floaty Scooby-Doo kind of way. So there's not, it goes all right at the end of it. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was an okay episode. Definitely not a good follow-up to Golem in terms of bringing back a character. But
can I hot and cold this one?
Yes, please do.
And I know it is a very personal thing.
Katy Perry. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, what?
Hot, cold, yes, no, in, out, up, down. Okay. That's the Konami code.
Oh, great, right.
For Katy Perry.
The Katy Perry code.
Whatever. Yeah.
I know I'm an outlier, and there's probably a couple others out here in listener world who lost their fathers when they were young. Mm-hmm. But when Twip, what's his name? Michael, what's his name?
Matt, yeah.
Matt.
Twip, his name is Twip.
Twip. When he's just like, oh yeah, I'm like starting to like forget about him or forget what he looks like or whatever. And it was just like, for listeners who didn't watch the episode for whatever crazy reason, he was
Scott Steele.
Yeah. Talking about like wanting to do a seance to bring his dad's ghost back so he can hang out with him because he like misses him and he's forgetting what he looks like. And it's just like, that is the when you lose somebody important to you, I don't think it just has to be a parent, but there is that point where you're like, you start to struggle to remember what they look like, what they sound like, what their humor was, all these things. And fucking he'd started saying that, I was just like getting a little choked up and being like, that is the most moved I have been in a DCAU episode. And again, I think because it's so fucking personal. And
well, I mean, you looked at me and said, Jamie, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't like this anymore. But I mean, I do like, I think it's one of those things. There's many times in these shows or in any sort of like media intended for children where like as a child, you're like, I don't get it. I don't relate to this or whatever. Yeah. And then once that thing has happened to you, like I've expressed this with, I was getting surprisingly emotional whenever the Superman's parents shoot him off in a rocket, where I was like, I've never felt this way about this scene. This is just the scene where they do that. So, I've seen this 1,000 times, but then having a kid when we watched it, I was like, this is very different. Yeah. I mean, I've lost family members, and I was feeling very similar in that scene of like when my grandma passed away, I had just barely reached an age where I was starting to like know her as a person instead of just like mythical grandma figure. Yeah. And I was like, oh, this will be so cool to like get to know her better. And then, nope, just kidding. You don't get to do that. Yeah. So I was feeling similarly to that, and it is also really the only time so far that we've had like Matt McGinnis is on screen and we don't just hate this kid.
Yeah. I love the whole thing where he was just like, oh, Mom, wouldn't that be Shui? And she's like, yeah, honey, that would be Shui.
Yeah, you stared at me when anytime anyone says Shui, you stare at me.
I want that sound bite. That's why I was staring at you for that one.
Yes, very Shui. Yeah. But you were already staring at me before the mom said that, but it was very relatable. Like you were just the mom. So.
Yes, I am the mom. Yeah. Anyway, so that was something that didn't really need to happen in the episode and happened, and that was the thing in the episode that had the most heart. That was insane. It was insane. It was in such a otherwise what I would say pretty fucking bad episode.
Yeah, that's the hot and cold part, is that like, oh, that happened to be in this otherwise pretty terrible episode. Like, it wasn't like a thing. Like we were pretty silent the whole time, which sometimes can be a good thing, like we mentioned with Mind Games, where like we all just shut up to watch the psychic battle scene and stuff. But a lot of the Pokemon, we were watching Pokemon, but probably came on right before or after this on Kids WB anyway. But we didn't have too much goofy commentary, and sometimes that's a good thing. But I think this time we were just like, all right, just when is this done or whatever. And then, yeah, the quote unquote final battle with Willie Watt was just so lame and nothing. And he knocks himself out with a tree because he got mad for a second or whatever.
This is kind of where I was at with it. You have this, and we've seen this in the DCAU a lot of like, oh, there's like this insurmountable enemy, you know, he's superhuman, and you know, this guy can like fuck you up without touching you. Like, how are you ever going to, oh no, Batman lost the gun that was going to disarm him. Like, yeah. What are we going to do?
I have a comment about that too, but
okay. And like Batman hits him with a batarang and gets him in a chokehold, and that turns him into like the Tasmanian devil, where he makes a tornado around him, seemingly against his control. Did he like tweak a nerve in his neck? Like, what caused this? Know. And then he's like, oh, my tornado's pulling in trees. And Terry says,
I'm pissed. Leave me alone.
Let me work it out.
Himself with trees. And it falls back. Yeah.
But like, what was that? Like, there wasn't any like,
I don't know.
Terry didn't like.
Well, it looked like he was like leveling up or some shit. He was going Super Saiyan for a second, and then he just like, just kidding. The tree. I'm Tasmanian deviling.
Yeah, and then it's another one of those like, oh, it's okay. The police or whatever arrested him, and they happen to have this hat which stops his powers.
They just had anti-thinking cap or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. This was a pretty big miss for me.
I thought maybe when he was, this isn't my gun comment, but when Batman's like, this isn't my commentary on guns. We'll get to that later. When Batman's like holding on the gun and being lifted up by it because Willie's gonna throw it away.
Yeah,
and then he loses his grip and it flings into the sky. Not remembering how they defeat him, I was thinking, oh, gun's going to fly away. Sometime during the battle, Batman will get like thrown over where the gun is.
Get it, shoot it.
And then he'll get it again, shoot it. Yeah, it'll be over. But instead that he blows up the gun, what move object's telekinesis power allows him to blow up the gun?
It's the blow up the gun one.
Oh, yeah, okay. So when the gun is introduced, because of how everything, including like the shower heads in this episode, is like, it's the future version of the thing you expect. It's like, they can't just be a shower head. Like any school now has like shower heads from like the 50s. So like I guess they renovated the school. They made that comment or whatever. So it just feels like, why would they update why would every single thing you see? Like there's bound to be old cars still. They didn't destroy every old car.
Yeah, they did.
You just suspend your disbelief, whatever.
Yeah.
But Bruce is like holding this knockout gun. They don't really explain what it is. He just says one shot and he'll be down for hours or something. And all I could think was he has a gun. It's just a gun. It's future gun. And Bruce is just like, one shot and he'll be dead. Shoot him in the brain. He'll die.
The thing for me was that like we see Bruce like load up some cartridge thing, some C-shaped cartridge over the front. And then there's like it cuts to another shot, and then it cuts back, and he's loading a C-shaped thing over the front. I'm like, okay, they got two guns. And then Bruce is like, you get one shot. And then suddenly it's just one gun again. I'm like, well, you did the same thing twice and it's still just one gun? It doesn't have two shots even? What the fuck is going on here?
There were a few repeated things like that. You said you had a triv about the
I do, but I want to complain some more first.
Okay, sounds good.
The other one that gets me...
We're teasing Brian's triv.
Yes, Brian has a triv. There's another thing when he's fighting Willie Watt, and he like gets... like the car fucking flings over the building and, you know, we have Terry hanging onto the side of the building, whatever. He like grunts to pick himself up. And my only thought is, doesn't this suit increase your strength like 10 times? If there was a no strength to the suit thing, sure. Yeah, grunt because you're at your like full arms extension to pull yourself up off this building ledge. Why is Terry in the bat suit grunting to pick up his own body weight?
You know.
No, I don't.
He's got to be in a tough situation or something. The whole thing of like, okay, like we already described the moment of him standing on the car was stupid and poorly executed. But like Seth Green's driving away and he's like, we all get to leave school because Commissioner Gordon said so. I'm leaving now. I'm a hot shot guy. First of all, he goes whoop whoop on his car, and as he's hopping in, you hear the engine start. Like he hasn't even gotten in the car yet. And I thought maybe that's those push to start future things. Those already exist, but I don't think those existed at the time of making the show. But anyway,
they did.
They did?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm 5 years old. It's okay.
Currently?
But so yeah, he gets in there and drives away, and he's driving over like a overpass kind of like precipice. And when Willie Watt's like, haha, I'm on your car, he like psychically turns the car around to go back to the school, which is like, first of all, there still should be probably dozens or hundreds of students like evacuating the school at this, like he wasn't the last person to leave, surely, right. Walker. And thank you. And then, but then when they get back there, it just felt very much like the set piece for the battle must be the school. Like instead, like Willie Watt, hey, we're driving over a bridge. I'm going to like turn the car off the bridge and murder him right now. And then it's 180. Over. But yeah, he's got to go back where Batman could be instead.
Yeah. That's what we're doing here.
And it's like broad daylight, so it was a very just evenly lit, uninteresting looking like fight scene.
God, I love all this.
I guess it was kind of neat the way he ripped off the Hamilton Hill sign to throw at someone and then missed immediately, but
sure.
It gave scale to the school because I didn't know how big that circle was before, and now I do.
It's at least as big as that big penny.
Yeah, I guess depending on which episode the penny's in, changes size.
Still makes it true.
Did you know that we have a new review on Apple Podcasts?
I did not.
You do now. It's from Jacob from Your Nightmares.
Oh, Jacob, you're from my dreams, not my nightmares. Come on now.
Says the best podcast ever. I've been listening to this podcast trying to catch up for a couple months now, and none of it has gotten old. I really enjoy all the callbacks and inside jokes. It feels like a reward for listening to all the episodes before. 5 stars. Thank you, Jacob.
Thank you, Jacob, from my dreams.
I'm glad to hear that because I always think
nightmares and into
stand on my car.
Oh, okay. We're going that way with it.
Well, first of all, thank you, Jacob. I feel like every time we're doing a very stupid inside joke, that I'm like, nobody gets what the fuck we're talking about because someone's
Jacob
hopping in for the first time. Jacob understands.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Will, another bad thing about when Willie was standing on the front of the car was there was an overhead like wide shot of the car leaving the school, and I was looking at the car going, is there someone in the passenger seat? And it reminded me
Willie Watt.
Well, it reminded me of Girls' Night Out. They're Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn and Livewire are like escaping the mall. And Livewire's like in the car too soon or some shit like that. Like she's already in the car and then they put her in the car. So it was just another one of those Bruce Wayne loaded the gun twice things where it was like Willie Watt's in the passenger seat and then he goes and then he's standing on the car. Where was he? I expected it to pan over and he was sitting in the passenger seat. I was like, oh, he was just there and Nelson's an idiot and didn't see him.
Right.
And then Nelson goes, no visitors today, buddy. Sorry. He knew. Yeah. How about the cast?
Let's do the cast.
How about you tell me the cast?
Okay, we got Willie Watt as the stronger Willie Watt. We got Terry McGinnis as Mikey McGinnis's older brother. We got Molly McGinnis as Mikey McGinnis's mother.
Molly McGinnis. We have Will Friedle. You were close. As Terry McGinnis / Batman. Will Friedle. We have Kevin Conroy as Bruce Wayne, Scott McAfee as Willie Watt. These are mostly returning people. Cree Summer as Max, Lauren Tom as Dana Tan, Stockard Channing as Barbara Gordon, Melissa Disney as Blade, Yvette Lowenthal as Chelsea, Seth Green as Nelson, Terry Garr as Mary McGinnis, Ryan O'Donoghue as Matt McGinnis, misspelled O'Donoghue instead of Ohue. We have Getty Watanabe as Principal. Misspelled Geddy in the credits instead of correctly Gedde, which is an interesting way to spell anything. He played Mr. Katsuji in Gremlins 2, Cooney in UHF Phoenix? And the Weird Al Show.
Dude, I love that.
Yeah, Cooney Phoenix. Ling in Mulan and Ninja in Duckman Private Dick.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm here for it.
It's just gonna keep happening.
I know. I'm just gonna absorb this now.
I feel like he was probably also the coach that was from the first episode of Batman Beyond. It's like this time he's like, "Hey, my trophies are in the ceiling or something," which barely looked like trophies.
My trophies are in the ceiling or something.
You I guess recognize
Revenant or my trophies are in the ceiling,
or something. Yeah. Okay. There we go. I always usually we happen upon it, but every once in a while we won't like say, there's the subtitle.
Yeah, and you got to use your big brain to figure it out.
Yeah, I'll finish the episode and go, god damn it. And I'll have to like just scrub back through for like 20 minutes going like, what's a funny thing? What's a funny thing? There's nothing funny in here. Everything sucks.
You used to take notes as you went through the episode. Why don't you do that anymore, Jamie?
Did I? I don't think I did that.
I'm pretty sure you did.
I don't think I do it ever.
Yeah.
Last we have Victor Gardell as Guard. It's in his name. He was previously Guard in Ascension.
Born to be Guard.
That's his theme song that plays every time he comes on screen. I guess he was the guy that said, hey, fuck you, you don't have any visitors.
Hey, loser. Still a loser.
I was a guard in a different episode. But you don't have any visitors, idiot. I have very small trivs, and then you can tell me your triv, I suppose.
Yeah.
Unless you want to do that now.
Either way.
Okay, I'll say one triv, you say one triv.
Okay.
Because I only have 3.
Okay.
Bruce makes reference to immortals, theoretically calling back to Ra's al Ghul and or Thoth Capera from the episode Avatar, and witch boys and demons, Clarion and Etrigan in the new Batman Adventures episode, The Demon Within.
I was trying to figure out that one.
Yeah.
I figured these were all literal references.
Yeah. He has yet to face zombies on screen, which is the other thing he said.
Has he?
I was kind of counting Thoth Capera as a zombie. She's
the Ra's al Ghul.
She's the Cleopatra goop
Yeah,
lady.
she's zombie.
Yeah, she's zombie. I think so. Yeah, I can't think of any other zombies. What's your triv?
In the gym, when there's like equipment flying back and forth, there are these kind of juggling club looking things flinging around.
Which I just made a joke about, like, these throwing juggling equipment. You're like, no, I have a triv.
Yeah, those are India. Hold on, let me double. I just pulled up.
He doesn't even know his own triv.
Just pulled up the tab in my browser that says Oldie Han.
It says vegetable 8 vegetables. That's what it stands for.
It does say that.
Yeah, Oldie Han. We got to listen to some Oldie Han.
Yeah, you know we're gonna.
Not on the podcast.
It's Indian. India,
Okay.
aka Indian, aka India. Indian spinning clubs. It's like kind of reminiscent of like modern club spinning or even poi. And they were these weighted wooden clubs. They were like half pound, pound and a half, 2 pounds. And you were supposed to do these. It was like a kinesthetic sort of exercise from the 40s or 50s, maybe 30s.
Oh, okay.
And you would
Is
do
this
these,
to like hold them out to the side?
Yeah, you'd hold them out to the side. You'd move your arms in these ways. And it was just a form of exercise. They're like, yeah, look, it's a fun way to do it. I have 3 hanging in the bar, which you might have seen before.
Yeah.
And when I got those, the lady was like, oh, yeah, they're like juggling clubs. I'm like, they're like not juggling clubs, but she was giving away for free. She had a bunch of them. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I'll take a...
Actually, lady, you're fucking stupid and you don't have any visitors today.
Well, it was like...
That's why you don't have any visitors in your store.
It was from a school. It was from a school in South Eugene, actually.
Hamilton Hill.
And I was like, yeah, I'll take a set. She's like, okay, come by at this time. So I went by and she's like, here you go. And she handed me 3. And I was like, yeah, there's only supposed to be 2. This is like a 2 thing. She's like, yep, have 3. And I was like, okay.
We have 2 or nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
3 or nothing.
So now I have 3. I have like permanently in my animism has a really hard time with this that I've like separated like one of the pairs in half. But at least I got a trio here, so that's something. But yeah, so that was an accurate piece of gear, but from I don't know 100 years or more before this episode was taking place.
I was gonna say, like, I just found like a diagram of like how to do this, and it says copyright 1866 on it. So it's just like, why are they in the Batman Beyond High School of all things? But you know,
they're just there, and apparently they make modern ones out of plastic. So don't do that.
My second triv, Terry refers to some flying objects as Casper, a reference to Casper the Friendly Ghost. I don't know if you caught that. And Max calls the ghost a Phantom Menace, possibly a reference to the, at the time, recent Star Wars film of the same name.
Oh, God. I hate this.
Now I only have one more triv, but do you have a triv for in between? You have another one? Make up triv like we did 600 episodes ago?
Oh, yeah. I could probably think of a triv.
I'll be here.
You are not likely the big Hamilton Hill logo thing that Willie Watt pulls off of what's with all the alliteration that he pulls off the side of the building appeared to be like a foot thick slab of concrete. You wouldn't embed something like that if you were a building, like you wouldn't have a decorative element like that built out of solid concrete because
really heavy.
It would just be such a like that you could physically build something into that, but you would have to like pour it into the wall. There would have to be rebar and stuff to reinforce it, and you'd probably just instead do it out of like aluminum and like fiberglass or plexi or something like that. So
I agree. I did think that was strange.
There's a trick for you
on the ground horizontally and then lift it up onto the. That's how Garrison Jacobs died.
Yeah. No. He was in there. Actually, if you go back and you look at there's a freeze frame you can see where he's actually like Wile E. Coyote like splatted into the wall when they put the concrete coin into place.
He fell into the concrete when they poured it.
No. He was like, all right, guys, this way, a little bit more, and then they like flattened him against the wall.
And then oh, remember Garrison Jacobs? Yeah, he was fucking Looney Tunes. The last Triv thanks for that, Triv. The last Triv I have. I should do fake Trivs more often. The title of this episode has two different meanings. In folklore, a revenant is a spirit or animated corpse that is believed to have been revived from the dead to haunt the living, while some maintain that vampires derive from Eastern European folklore and revenants derive from Western European folklore. Many assert that revenant is a generic term for the undead. And then the second meaning is in French, it means literally coming back, present participle of revenir. Did I say that right? Referring to the return of Willie Watt.
Huh.
So there you go.
That's cool.
I think it just ghosted. Cool word for ghost.
Well, I fucked up. It wasn't about religion at all.
No, it wasn't. But they had a Ouija board.
It was about religion. Oh, I just clipped that. I'm so sorry.
Scary. Jesus.
Scary Jesus.
Let's do keen effects.
Yeah. Keen.
I think there was exactly one. Actually, two.
I also think there was exactly one, but it was the same thing in two different shots.
Was it his Super Saiyan mode?
No.
That's what I was saying.
It was the glass coming down in the gym.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And they like almost had the
or you mean in his prison cell thing?
No. In the gym itself, when like the lights were exploding, there's a bunch of glass coming down, and almost had the chromatic aberration. It kind of looked like that on the edges of the glass. It just kind of had a little bit of a glow to it, and I was like, oh, at least there's that.
Okay. My other one was when Batman drops down, he's like, okay, Casper, you gotta go through me. And then the camera like orbits around his body real slow. But it barely counts. I think like they did like a 3D rotation, but they drew every frame of it. So I'll give them credit for attempting that. But the background, like bleachers or whatever behind him, were not rotating at the correct like perspective, so it was just
then it
stopped halfway. Yeah, they were doing like a bullet time thing, but they only rotated 1/4 around his body and then went, fucking sucks. Let's stop now.
I do feel like that's exactly what happened because it was rotating and then I feel like it stopped kind of like prematurely, like it just
suddenly,
and then it hung there, and we're like, what's going on?
One of like 5 or 6 shots in the episode that were like, and like get on with it, where it, like they were a scream from the locker room, they all run in and go and then it cuts to showing the mirror, and I'm like, Jesus, man, like what's on the mirror?
Well, that was the same.
What's in the fucking box?
That was the same. That was the same thing with the water turning up, where it's just like the water like oh, cold, lukewarm, hot, oh, super hot.
And then nothing for a while.
Oh no, we gotta go.
The water's really hot. That's what you said last scene. It's all making sense now.
Nice callback, Jamie.
Thank you. I was like, it's taking him a second, but he's got it. A very unkeen shot in that same unkeen sounds gross. The same scene of them fighting in the gym. You hear this like generic like Tesla coil sound, and they look up, and I guess it's supposed to be that the lights got bright as fuck, and then that's what blasted out into glass or whatever right afterward. But they don't do the typical like cut a hole in the animation cell and shine a flashlight through it or whatever to represent like big bloomy glowy white hot thing.
Why would
it
they?
Was just like painted yellow.
It's
like
the Revenant.
Kind of dull. Yeah, that's right.
Or Revenant.
It's this episode. Yeah. Why would they do it right? Yeah. There wasn't any CGI, thank God. Jordan Blumen's Musical Minute.
Bring it.
Hey, music.
I was kind of stumbling through saying that just now because I thought, oh shit, did I get that from him? And I went, oh yeah, I got it from him last week, and then we didn't do the podcast. So here it is.
Oh, classic.
Now over to the musical minute. And with this episode, really the only particularly notable thing that stuck out to me was the Willie Watt leitmotif. I thought it was kind of cool. It's really just 2 notes. They just keep recurring. It's this. It's kind of used several times in slightly different formats. It appears several times during the fight scene with Batman. It appears during the seance, and it's at the end where he's in his cell. I thought that was pretty cool. Oddly, this is a weird connection, but it reminds me of the spooky mermaid leitmotif from Pirates of the Caribbean 4, because those same 2 notes recur a lot. The theme is ooh. That's 3, 4. Wait, that's 3 notes. It does that a lot.
Same anyway, 2 notes from
never
the Willie
apologize
Watt
for
thing.
loving your fandom, and try to stay optimistic.
Idiot.
I'm an
you have
idiot.
no visitors. That's why you have no visitors.
That's why I know visitors.
New,
Except for Bubba. I have the tiniest
That's why you
little
don't
dog
get
donut
visitors.
underneath my desk right now.
Thank you, Jordan. Thank you for bringing up Pirates of the Caribbean 4. I just watched all 5 Pirates of the Caribbean
5?
movies for the last. Yeah, that's what was my reaction to. I had seen the 5th one before, but forgotten everything about it because it's very unremarkable and a bad movie. The first Pirates of the Caribbean is great. It's a classic, amazing film. And then the second couple are okay, pretty good, but whatever. The 4th one is, why did we make a 4th one? And the 5th one was just awful. And without spoiling anything in case anyone cares, there was just a lot of, how did Han Solo get his pants kind of moments in the 5th Pirates of the Caribbean. They just have flashbacks to this thing you've never cared about. We're going to show you the origin of that. I'm like, okay, you've completely run out of ideas.
They made a 5th movie that was just a clip show?
No, there's just... skip ahead 30 seconds if you don't want to hear, but there's a flashback to smaller, younger Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow on a ship. They've changed his face on a younger actor. He does a thing that gets him his famous hat. And it's we don't care. Nobody cares. Why did you do this? He's also, I was reading, you can tell... I'm sorry we're talking so much about, or I'm talking so much about this, but you can tell that Johnny Depp is just phoning it in and not really trying in this one. And he's also 13 years older than he was in the first Pirates of the Caribbean. So he's notably a 50-year-old man doing all the Jack Sparrow things and so he's really hamming it up too much. He's too drunk, and he's probably drunk in real life. There was an IMDb triv that was they had to hire a production assistant to go sit outside his hotel and then phone the set to be his lights have come on, he's awake finally, every day, so they could finally start getting the set ready because he was just constantly late. And,
what the
and
fuck?
I was just oh man. So, good shit.
So that's our favorite thing about Batman.
I think so. That's why Johnny Depp doesn't get any visitors. Is he in jail? I don't think so.
No.
Where he could have been at some point. Where's Clayface? The big HH disc?
That's the low hanging fruit.
He's Garrison Jacobs' corpse somewhere. Garrison Jacobs got earth movered somewhere. He's buried beneath the school, controlling dirt.
What if Clayface is the gym equipment that gets thrown around the gym, or the Ouija board?
The Waluigi board.
Can you burn a Luigi board?
How long that goes on with people saying Luigi every time.
That's one of the better internet videos out there.
But this is one of the best podcast songs out there.
What did Batman do? Did he get a 10 or only a 2? I really gotta know, tell me now. What is Batman's usefulness? Now.
Good song. I think he did fine. He didn't technically beat Willie Watt. He tried and failed several times. but he did successfully reveal that it, like, he figured out it was Willie Watt, and then he went there and made Willie Watt reveal himself. Like how Willie Watt didn't know there was a camera in his room. Like he sits in there all day.
Oh my God, dude.
Or maybe that was some sort of interrogation room, I guess, that they brought him to. But either way, he should assume
He's the tech dude.
Yeah. Well, okay.
I'm not following.
That's actually my
this.
biggest problem with the entire conceit of this episode is that we left him in Golem, like the third or fourth episode we watched. I got zapped when I was controlling a mechanical thing, and now I control electronics or whatever. And in this episode, he's like, actually, I control everything. I can just do anything.
So that's
like, how did that evolve?
So like the suspension of disbelief thing. Let's suspend the suspension. How the fuck can he control rope an unknown amount of miles away from himself?
Yeah, he doesn't see what he's doing. He can't see what he's doing. Yeah, I don't know.
What's happening?
He thought really hard about, hey, at the school, I want this to be happening. I want to turn on the showers at the exact right moment. Yeah, I don't know how they didn't have any, like, if it was like, because of his, technokinesis or whatever the fuck they said, he can like look through the security cameras himself and like watch what's happening and do the stuff.
So
but they don't
the security cameras in the girls' locker room pointed directly at the showers?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But Batman, I wish I'd thought of that or whatever.
That was a fucking out of pocket line.
Yeah. And Dana's like, what did you say? I was right next to you. I heard you for sure. And he's like, nothing. Don't worry about it. I'm Batman.
I should use the bat suit to go invisible in the girls' locker room. What'd you say, honey? Nothing.
I'm Batman. Nothing. I'll give Batman a 5 middle road. Wrestling mats that probably wouldn't absorb Nelson Nash falling out of like 4 stories of building, but it did anyway. Yeah, nice. You said he's dead, and then later when he got thrown into the car and his like spine broke, it looked like he's dead like, twice in one episode.
I'm gonna go lower than you. I'm gonna say like a 3.8 because again, I just he like stalked the school long enough to figure it out, and he, though not as Batman, outed Willie. He unfreed Willie.
Yeah, I was gonna say
3.
I always knew Willie.
3.8 cars running through the outside of the school into a wall on the inside of the school out of 10.
Yeah. Okay. And then he died. This was another one of those
3.8 dead Nelsons out of 10. That's it.
Okay. That's pretty adjacent to mine, I think. Yeah. This is another one of those episodes where I was worried. Like, there's some episodes that are like, it's a continuity callback to a character we haven't seen in like 40 episodes or some shit. And I was worried it would be another one of those where I'd have to be like, because right off the bat, when Nelson Nash walked in, you're like, have we seen this guy before? Because he wasn't wearing his jacket in the scene where he showed up, which I would have been easier maybe to recognize. Maybe. But you're like, we know this guy, right? What, didn't he turn into a supervillain? I'm like, no, he's just like the school bully. I can't even talk. And you're like, oh yeah, he's Seth Green, right? Like you were figuring it out as the scene progressed. But I was worried that Willie Watt would show up and you'd have no memory because he's like buff now and not wearing glasses and whatever. And then luckily they do a like, all the pieces are coming together. Boop, boop on the computer. Here's a picture of original recipe Willie Watt. And you're like, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm glad that
was pretty good.
Reminded Brian.
Thank you.
Who this is. Because, it's aimed at 6-year-olds. So you got to make sure that the 6-year-old, 40-year-old can know what's up.
I have to keep a lot more in my brain than a 6-year-old does. Thank you very much.
That's true. Well, depends. Dylan Pollock's musical minute.
Coming up next, it's another guest appearance from our favorite visiting superhero.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Here it is.
It's time for the thoughts of the week from Dylan Pollock on Revenant, or High School Horny Ghost Hunters. So, of course, Batman saves Nelson with the classic Jim Matt burrito trick, as we've all used. This is another episode that does feel so high school, and I don't know how I feel about that. And once again, I feel like I had to ask, who actually showers at school? Seriously, I'd rather have died in high school than to have showered with, like, the rest of my high school class. That's insanity. It is nice to see Commissioner Gordon again in this episode, because it's been a while since we've seen her. I don't know. I really just don't have a lot to say about this one. Willie beats himself. Nobody will ever visit him again. And that's kind of sad, I guess. You know what won't be sad? The question of the week. James' favorite part. If you were a ghost and had to haunt somewhere, where are you living for eternity? I guess I'm going to stay at a movie theater. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
That's a really good
Dylan,
one.
that's smart. Yeah. Fuck.
McDonald's. I don't get to eat this stuff. Yeah, movie theater's a really good answer. That might be mine too. Or like a theme park or something. But no, you can't interact with stuff. You just get to look at things. But are you haunting people? Are you haunting the movie goers? Like, get out of the theater. This is mine. Or are you just, I just live here. I'm stuck here. I'll leave everybody alone. It doesn't matter.
I think it's your call.
Okay. Thank you. Dylan reminded me of oh no, I believe in magic. I've encountered this thing and zombies and witch boys and blah, blah, blah. This just feels so high school.
Yeah.
Good line.
That was a really good line.
You're like, oh, I love Bruce when he said that. Mm-hmm. What's your answer to where you would haunt the library?
Probably Gamlebyen in Fredrikstad, Norway, because it's a really like having hung out in that town.
That's why nobody visits
at night. Having hung out in that town at night while it was kind of foggy is just like, oh, this is like the perfect place for a ghost story, and it's an intriguing enough town. I would like to think that I could like haunt some like mountaintop somewhere, something that could be fun, have a nice view. But I think Gamlebyen would be fun. So yeah,
why do you think ghosts only haunt spooky places? Why don't they haunt like a cool island or something like a
right? Ooh, have you heard the story of the oh god, there's a folk there's a lore of
there's a lore,
you choose your own of these like old like Hawaiian hunter people. What are they fucking called?
I don't know.
One moment, please.
Ghosts. What are they fucking called? The Night Marchers. Look up that. Look up that. Okay. Look up the tales of the Night Marchers. That's a whole.
My goodness.
That's a whole damn thing. Yeah. So
spooky guys
talking about haunting nice place. There you go. There's a good like day scare for you.
They're in a Scooby-Doo comic. I was just thinking when I said like, oh, why don't ghosts ever haunt like a nice cool island? I'm like, except that's happened like 5 times in Scooby-Doo stuff. But, yeah.
Now you know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've seen it all. Zombies, witch boys, night marchers.
There's a whole lore about what you're supposed to do too if you encounter one like out in the woods in Hawaii, and I think it's something along the lines of...
Do they like critique your marching technique?
No.
They survive.
They kill you. You're supposed to you're supposed to like strip naked and lay face down and like be like silent and don't breathe and stuff.
Like where this is going so far.
Yeah. Yeah. You know.
And then they critique your marching technique. Yeah. Okay. I still I think I'm pulling through. I think I'm okay.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good.
Was this episode
books or hip hop?
Books, I guess. I don't know.
Ooh, this one feels hip hop, but I also feel like that would be an insult if I say that. But I'm going with hip hop.
Okay, you can do that. Are we putting it on the top 10?
Hell no.
Are we putting it on the bottom 10? I don't think so.
It
wasn't bad enough.
This is a big question. So
the animation was pretty bad, but I don't think the story was like awful enough to be like, what am I watching? I hate this or whatever.
It wasn't good. Where's our bottom?
It's down here. Oh my God. Forsake 79. That was hard for me to read. And I wrote
it's not 17-9. It's Forsake 17 in.
I think it's ein. I think that was from a 9.
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is like as bad as it gets for Batman Beyond, but I don't think
so
it's
far,
bottom 10.
Yes.
Jamie.
What do you mean?
Don't you spoiler like that.
Well, I mean, was it worse than Heroes, or what was that other one that we didn't like? I can't even remember now. I feel like there was like at least 2 Batman Beyond episodes so far that were like, this is just whatever, this is boring. But yeah, probably, I don't know. Heroes might have been worse.
Maybe.
Although we have a lot of Heroes defenders in the audience. They're like, how did you not like this? It's Fantastic Four. So cool.
Fantastic 3.
Yeah, for 3. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think for me, it doesn't go anywhere. And
okay. Then we just kind of like scowl at it and then go on with our day.
Yeah, man. Revenant from Blazing Saddles. Okay, it's time for Yoppie Mail. We tell Brian the name of the next episode, which is our first episode of the year 2000, baby.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That yop.
The early days of the 2000s.
Extra yop. Put it on.
We drop
What we drop?
our weekly yop.
Oh, yeah.
Throw into the comment box first. There sure was a lot.
Now Jamie's mad.
Too bad we're wrong.
At least I am.
Just Dylan Pollock.
Dylan should don't actually do this, Dylan, but because you will if I suggest it. Don't. I was gonna say you should do a Dylan Pollock's musical. That's not what the fuck it's called. God damn it!
Questions of the week. With
Thoughts
Dylan,
of the week. Yeah,
thoughts of the week.
yeah.
Wow.
Where the whole thing is pitched down like this, so you can barely understand what he's saying. Like at least I am in the song just now. Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
This is thoughts of the week, whatever the fuck I say, comments and
Jordan
emails
Blumen's musical
from
moment. That's what we're doing.
From Jordan Blumen, from last episode, which was Mind Games Are Too Freaky for a 4-year-old. This comes to us. You can reach out to us like the fire hand at the end of the cat and the no. Holy shit! What is wrong with me,
listener? We're just having a day.
We're at the end of the 90s, and I can't do this anymore. If you want to reach out to us like the fire hand at the end of World's Finest Part 3, you can send a short-ass email, an email for your ass, or a 60-second voice message to batwagonpod@gmail.com, or leave a comment on today's episode on YouTube or Spotify, but please don't spoil anything past this episode for Brian.
Were you just going autopilot from like the OG script?
I guess so. My brain still starts to say like saying the cat in the claw so many times.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's what you say.
Yeah.
On Spotify, this is from Reed Smith.
Yo.
Says, do you guys think you'll have a list of middle of the road or C- episodes?
Oh,
we've talked about it before, and I don't think so. It would be it'll just be every episode that's not on one of the other ones.
Well, I mean, these ones were like, oh, this is good, but like this would definitely be a C-, if not lower.
Yeah.
That would be, I feel like that would get way too overpopulated.
This one's a D for you don't get any visitors today.
Dumbass.
Yeah. Cooney Phoenix at Ham Predator cameo. Was excited about that from last episode. Such a fun pod episode, by the way. Very chaotic and funny. 10 out of 10, no notes. Fiacre Horgan says it's crazy that the DCAU team managed to get He-Man and floating albino Harvey Weinstein to cameo in this episode. How'd they pull that off? I'm an hour into the pod in this roundtable format with hecklers in the back is pure gold. Happy 10-year anniversary, James Bryan and Watchtower Database team. Thank you, Fiacre.
I don't think everybody enjoyed that level of chaos.
I don't think so either.
But
it's an occasional occurrence. Okay, just get used to it.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, we had comments of like, oh, this was the funniest thing ever. This is the best episode, and then also comments of, maybe don't do that ever again. I'm like, okay, we will though, because we can do whatever the fuck we want. This is from Lock D. Jamie, how could they be writing this episode during the 2000 election if it came out in 1999? And this was actually something I hadn't considered. So this was like the whole like, oh, which presidents came afterward? And I had a triv about like, oh, it was being written when the Hanging Chad thing was happening. They didn't know who was the president yet. And so I was like, oh, the election happened. It obviously happened in November of 99 for the 2000 presidency. Like, no, it happened in November 2000.
Well,
so this is way ahead of that. So
let's just reframe that then. It could just literally be they didn't know who was going to be president, but they knew the presidential term was coming to an end. And so it didn't have to be necessarily a Hanging Chad reference other than like, we don't know who it's going to be.
Yeah, I think that's what it is just they don't know who the next president is because it's a year from then or whatever that they would find out. But it was just in the trivia everywhere. IMDb, the wiki, all that stuff was like, this is why, because the thing was happening. I was like, now looking at it, it's like, I don't think that can't be true because that's a year later. So,
good.
Thanks, Lock D, for pointing this out.
Really good critical thinking. The more people should be doing that, including us.
I think so. We won't. Banana Man says, okay dokie.
Okay
Not
dokie.
okie dokie or okay doke or anything like that. Just
okay dokie.
Okay dokie. Scott Steele. I can't believe that Kendall was on the pod before me. She doesn't even go here. That was an unfortunate side effect of the round table, taking turns that you happen to be sitting to the right. And it just,
I think it was the right order, Scotty. Sorry.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say. This is from Eric LeBeau, Revenant. Or did you guys check the forecast this month? Looks like it's going to be pretty spooky all month. Reminder to James to plug the Baby of the Year competition. Hey, it's linked below. Go vote for my baby, please. I'll win money. Thank you. Here it is.
The misdirect with it almost looking like Blade was the one behind it all, with her being the one actually talking to the ghost during the seance, and it looking like she could have been the one writing the message in the bathroom was pretty good, but the trade-off of it being a character that wasn't mentioned in the episode until halfway through the runtime made the excitement kind of fall flat for me. Maybe if it was only technology going haywire, it'd be a bit more plausible of a conclusion to come to. Still a fine episode all around, just a minor gripe. Also, you can give him as many heartwarming moments as you want. Matt is still a twip. Speaking of twips, what do you want now? Rod. You think we're haunted. What, do you think we're haunted by the ghost of Garrison Jacobs? Rock! Jeez, look, you just gotta relax. Maybe you just got spooked after hearing what happened to Garrison Jacobs. Garrison Jacobs? Okay, well, me and Croc are going to go try and find a cheap exorcist, which is an oxymoron, and see if we can take care of that. Until next time, keep calming up on.
He's stuck in the wall. Get out.
The Garrison Jacobs is coming from inside the house.
I didn't make that connection of that it might be Blade or whatever. That is a good red herring if the episode was better.
Red herring.
This is
like
from
Gone Fishing.
This is from Ryder, R-Y-D-E-R.
Trying to plug
which I believe is a
Gone Fishing.
New one.
Thank
I'm
you very
sorry.
much.
Please say it again.
Gone Fishing.
Okay. That's a podcast from... Okay, Ryder says, hello, fellow Yoppie dudes. My name is Ryder. I've been a fan of the Watchtower Database YouTube channel for a while now. Once I figured out you guys did a podcast, I started listening to multiple episodes every single day at work, and I'm all caught up now.
Oh, God.
At the time of writing this, I'm on episode 179, Mind Games. I'm excited for the future episode. Keep it up, Yoppie dudes, Ryder. Thanks, Ryder. Welcome
keep it
to
up
the
too.
fold. It's from Ryan Hip. I'm foregoing a message in hopes that James can show Brian the meme live on air and maybe help make this world a little less pee-pee poo-poo. Sent from inside Krusty Burger. Yeah, there was a meme spawned from this episode. I think I'll just send you the link and you can watch it on your phone.
Okay.
Someone else sent us this too, but I made sure to read Ryan's because he's sent me this meme many times.
Where's my phone?
Get your
my phone. My
man.
phone's in the living room. Hold up.
Go get it.
I'm getting
This
it.
is important. Okay.
I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Jamie's talking about me, but I am getting my phone.
I wasn't actually. I wasn't saying a single thing, but now I will. Brian's butt looks cute today. He walked away. But most days it looks really bad. Sorry, Brian.
With the glass ceiling broken, all the oppressed groups shall prosper, especially the most oppressed group of all, gamers.
I'm glad you got to see this.
I like that.
Not that I've ever thought you would run across that before this episode and be spoiled or anything, but you wouldn't have even known what the fuck you were looking at.
No.
So it wouldn't matter.
Gamers.
I couldn't help but think of that in this dramatic exit he was making in the episode. Especially the most oppressed group of all. This is from Calvin. Bat-Wagon, which
Calvin.
No.
Sin, yeah.
Sin. It's a sin. Hey there, Jimmy Johns and Baskin Robbins. Here's my voice message.
Ice cream.
Hello, Django and Boba Fett. My name is Calvin. I'm a longtime listener on Technicality, first-time caller. And for Brian, I'm from Iowa. I started the pod back in 2024, but didn't start listening in earnest until this year, where your podcast helped me get through a year-long animation commission I was finishing.
Wow.
Coincidentally, I got caught up on the pod and finished the animation both on episode 179, the Watchtower's 10th anniversary, which is neat, I think.
Congrats.
Anyway, thank you both for keeping me sane through blockings, in-betweens, and revisions this year. I was originally going to round out the rest of this message with notes I took while listening, but I don't got time, so I'm just going to give the one big important note. The "Hello, Big Boss!" In the outro theme should be changed to a "Thank you, Big Boss!" or "Good night, Big Boss!" At least that's how I pictured it in my mind as you kind of closing us out. Anyway, I'll actually comment on the episode next week. See ya.
That's solid advice. Should we take that? Should I take a couple takes that you can run through the reverb machine and send me a version of, or what do you think?
I don't know. The thing for me is that, so Calvin, first off, thank you for being here. I want to see your animation that you're working on.
Show us your animation.
By the way, what that was is like, that was the full take from the intro with Jamie's sincere reaction to this the stupidity that we were doing in this moment. Yeah. And so that was just kind of like just like an Easter egg. Kind of
if you made it to the last 1 second of the episode, you'll hear the thing. Yeah. I do like it though. Maybe we'll think about it. We'll consider it. Or maybe like when we reach the halfway point of the podcast or something, we retake it or update the theme or something like that. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Thanks for the suggestion.
We'll figure it out. This is from Emmanuel Saucedo. Hey, James and Brian, back for another review. But first, I want to say thanks for the well wishes on the job hunt. And also, James, you got my last name perfectly. Oh, I hope I did again. If you want, you can call me Manny, as it is easier to remember. I won't. I just got back from LA Comic-Con. I got a chance to meet and speak with Dan Reba and Stan Berkowitz. Awesome. It was so awesome. I truly got to thank the work you do, James, that made me appreciate them so much more. Well, that's cool. It's very nice to meet them when we got to as well. Now for Revenant. For some reason, this episode always stood out for me, and I'm not sure why. Maybe it's, as Bruce says, high school, the way the plot unfolds that made it more memorable for me and stand out more than Spellbinder or a different character we haven't gotten to yet did. Also liked the surprising notion of Matt wanting to speak with his dad. I feel like that isn't something that gets addressed much, and given how the series starts, maybe Matt didn't spend a lot of time with his dad as Terry did. Plus the ending with him and Terry going over the pictures, that was a sweet moment for a character who doesn't really have much. Maybe it's just me being a little brother that part of me was really nice. The part was really nice for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not sure if I can fully buy Willie getting psychic abilities and not only give him telekinesis, but also know what's going on in the school.
Thank you.
But whatever.
Thank you.
It's interesting seeing Terry handle this and connect to Willie as his own detective, and gotta enjoy classic villain taking themselves out trope. Also, can't watch the scene of Willie breaking out without thinking about the gamer video.
I've seen this now.
Thank you. Yeah. Second to last here is Legacy. Lost my voice, so here's Sam Ellie-ish cutting a promo.
Now, it appears our local friendly neighborhood milkman is feeling a little under the weather this week, so it seems like it's up to me to fill in for him. Now, Willie. Now, I can tell you got all these fancy powers. You be calling shit in with your mind and all that, but you're just applying it the wrong way. As a result, I'm going to give you the paddling your daddy should have way back when. He didn't give you enough attention, I know, but... Well, son, I think it's time you learned a lesson that you won't soon forget, so... Just you wait for this Saturday. On a funny note, I lost my voice, but look at the funny things I can do. Double kill, triple kill, books or hip-hop.
That is good.
Not all bad, huh?
Didn't you say Sam Elliott lives in Big Bus or near Big Bus? Like you've seen him in person a couple times in the store or something?
Once I was like, is that a Sam Elliott? And he looked back at me and he's like, is that a big Mandy Malone?
Oh, he said that to you? Wow, he knows your gamer tag. Yeah. Last first is Mark Aquino. Revenant or I got nothing. If my calculations are correct, then this is the final episode to air during the far gone days of the 1900s. This is it, people. We're on the precipice of a brand spanking new millennium. Man, how does one sum up a whole ass century in just 22 minutes? Oh, wait, it's just Willie Watt again. Huh. You know, if this episode wasn't written by a woman, I'd question the sequence inside the girls' locker room. We could still question it. Mm-hmm. Kind of a nothing burger of an episode to close out the 20th century. A more cynical person would be a lot more snide about it, but I'd rather not be one. There's enough cynicism out there in the world right now. I don't know. I'm just a little too tired for that. Plus, there's honestly not much to talk about, at least from my end. I feel stuck. Oh, well. Biggest bear hugs to the #1 podcast host in this here multiverse of ours. Juices are pressed and Bullworth. Praise to our Lord and Savior, Dylan Pollock. Keep up the great work on your own podcast. Remember to tell Gab that she rules. Likewise to all his loyal disciples, all the names, all the awesome sauce listeners of this Yoppie community of ours. You're all the absolute best. Don't you ever forget that. Hope your dog is feeling better, Brian. Next week we'll be in that brand spanking new millennium. Woohoo! Till next week, futuristic smoke bomb. Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
That is the end of the 1900s, and we'll just stop the podcast now. Thanks, everybody.
Goodbye.
Next episode is nothing. It's over. God, someday that will happen. It's a little bit depressing, but also sort of cool because this is a lot of work and we're tired all the time.
We can do something else afterwards. We don't have to stop podcasting. We just have to stop. We can. I'm sorry.
What? The next episode is called Babel.
Yeah.
What's it about?
Talking. Translating.
Yes. Is that it?
Towers.
That's correct so far. There is a tower.
Yeah. So let me have this one.
Yeah, okay. That's 3 yeses in a row. We're gonna stop there. Yeah. It'll be the first episode of Jump on the Bat-Wagon season 9 and our first episode of the year 2000.
It is the distant future. The year 2000.
Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Are robots. Somebody out
we
there
should
knows
turn
this.
off our computers before next week so that we get to it.
Otherwise, the nuclear bombs are going to go off or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Everything will explode.
Yeah, we're old. We get it.
World. That's the show, everybody.
What'd you think?
Thank you for the whole show. It's over. Thank you. Someone's going to be like, oh, I guess that's it. Thank you to everyone listening in the description for their musical themes and help in making this podcast as yoppy as it can be. Go check out their stuff. And thank you, of course, to you, the listener, for listening.
Thank you. Thank you for being here and making us the best podcast in the world.
That's what Jacob from Your Nightmares said.
Yeah.
The best podcast ever.
Right? Jacob gets it.
Freddy Krueger speaks to the truth. It's the best podcast ever, bitch. Then leave that as your next review as Freddy Krueger, please. Whoever's listening to this. 5 stars. Best podcast ever, bitch, it says.
Oh, that's probably going to reflect negatively, but you know.
Whatever. What have we done that's reflected positively, if you think about it?
I don't know.
Are you ready for talking and language and towers next week?
I think I'll be more ready next week than this week. I'm going to sleep for a whole week and then it'll be good.
Think about if this was a podcast chunk weekend where we do like 5 more episodes now. Could you do it? No. I couldn't do it right now. Yeah.
But we got to figure that out.
We do.
Real soon.
Okay. The end.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, dokie.
Okay, dokie. Banana Man.
That's our famous catchphrase we always say.
Wait.
Yes?
We have been lacking in our Kyles.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, we had a leftover Kyle. Counter was Kyle Low last Kyle week.
So we need to acknowledge Kyle. Also Kyle. And Kyle.
And Kyle, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
But we don't have time for that, so we'll just end the episode anyway, Kyle.
Okay.
Okay, do Kyle. Goodbye.
Sorry, kid. No visitors today.
Hey, I remember this trip. It was great. You fell in that hornet's nest.
I remember it too, but not as fondly as you.
Dad warned you to watch where you were going. He knew about that kind of stuff.
See? You do remember him. And he'll never be gone as long as you keep him alive. In here. And in here. Or is it here?
Hey!
Or here. Or here. Or here, or here. Yeah, there he is. I got him.
Jump on the Bat-Wagon is hosted and edited by yours truly, James Strecker, and co-hosted by yours Briley, Brian Maneely. This podcast is brought to you by the Watchtower Database, your one-stop shop for all things DC Animated Universe. To send us a Yoppie beverage, nab some sick show merch, or support us on Patreon, you can visit the links in today's show notes. And thank you very much. Please leave us a 5-star review on your app of choice and follow us wherever you listen to never miss a new show. And we'll see you next episode, same PP time, same poo-poo channel.